Hi, this is Scott Garibay, and today I want to talk about Vivek Ramaswamy, and I want to talk about where we are right now in American politics and in the 2024 U.S. presidential election. So I'm watching a True Detective, Night Country, and it's really the best show on television right now. And no spoilers here. I'm going to just mention this. It's really not a spoiler, I don't think. So Otis Heiss is a character in the show, and he says, "We're all in the night country now." And when he says it, it's really ominous. And I wanted to talk about where you and I are right now with Vivek Ramaswamy, and we are truly in the night country. So we know, so we're engaged, we're politically engaged, paranoble citizens. We have a good goal, right? We want a good man to be a good leader for a good country, right? What do Trumpers want? They want an evil man to be a good leader for a good country, and the math don't jive there, right? Like, just doesn't, right? So we're in the night country now. We're in a dark place with no one to help us except us, right? We're alone. The Vivek Ramaswamy support crew, those who understand that Vivek Ramaswamy is the man who should be king, we're really out here alone, and it's dark every day. All we can do is try to figure out another way to get this horribly evil man, Donald Trump, to choose Vivek Ramaswamy um, as his vice president. And if we get that done, America gets a great president, guaranteed, in my humble opinion, right? But it's really difficult, right? And why is it really difficult? Well, there's evidence that just keeps coming out that we have truly been abandoned by both parties. The engaged political citizen has been fully abandoned by the Democrat Party and by the Republican Party. Let me walk you the way, and this, in my humble opinion, this was literally just put into government record. It was put on the record, on the government record, right? So the special report comes out. The U.S. government says, "Hey, we think Biden took a whole bunch of classified documents and put them into his Delaware home previously, right? While he was a private citizen, not while he was a serving president, right? And so special counsel comes, leads this entire team, and says, "Here's your special report." And he says, and the special counsel says, "Yeah, 100%. He totally broke the law. Absolutely, no question." And all the vengeful Republicans are like, "Fantastic! When are we going to put him in prison?" Or like, and so what do they say? They said, so special counsel goes, "Oh, no, no, we're not going to put him in prison." And everybody's like, "Well, why not? He broke the law, right?" And they're like, "Well, because he's an elderly," quote, like literally put the quotes around it. Maybe here it goes. "He's an elderly man with poor memory." And you're like, "Wait, that's enough to get out of crimes?" Special counsel essentially, in my humble opinion, said, "Yeah, that's fine. Okay, I'll meet you where you're saying, special counsel." Doesn't that also legitimately mean that absolutely no reasonable, politically engaged American citizen could possibly expect that an elderly man with poor memory can possibly rule? That's where we are. They just put it on government record that no reasonable, in my humble opinion, the special report is really saying no reasonable, politically engaged American citizen could possibly even expect that an elderly man with poor memory could possibly rule for 4 years, govern for 4 years. Cannot be done. Okay. And that we shouldn't expect it. We shouldn't even expect it. Now, here's a kicker. Both the Democrats have put this in and the Republicans have put this in. They're like, guess what your president's going to be in 2024? It doesn't matter who you vote for. An elderly man with poor memory. That's what an 80-year-old president is. That's all they are. You understand that? And so we are in the night country. There is no light. We are in days and days and days of darkness. There's no sun, right? Like the Democrat Party and the Republican Party have completely abandoned us and said, you do not deserve a person who will remember where they put classified documents that could easily expose the American citizen to outrageous danger at any second. You don't deserve competent leadership. I disagree, Democrat Party. I disagree, Republican Party. I do deserve competent leadership. Right now, the only competent leader in America is Vivek Ramaswamy. He is the only person who's young enough to understand technology, who's kind enough to actually bring tolerance um, and civil leadership, right? And leadership grounded in morality. He's the only person who actually stayed in the debates, went through all the nonsense, and proved that he can actually govern, right? And but we're in a tough place. We're in a really brutally difficult place. Brutally difficult. We're in the night country. And the only people we can rely on is I can rely on you and you can rely on me to continue to struggle, not to succeed, but to never surrender, to never fold, right? To continue to try to get a good, moral, sound leader who can remember where he put his keys for this country. It's just you and me. We're in the night country. We're in the 14th day of night. What's important is that we don't give up. Every single word you just heard is my humble opinion. Nothing more, nothing less. The important part is when I get to your humble opinion. When you get in the comments and send your traffic. Please consider liking and subscribing and have a fetch millennium.